Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. Right, literally just finished to put the alternator on the M5. You most likely have seen that video, so yeah, that's fixed. And I'm just literally moving into this next car. At least to start. The weather is, I don't think it's gonna help today. It's raining, but it's not raining too bad, but it's raining a little bit. But at least I can make a start on it. And the car in question is a 2005 Mitsubishi Shogun, I think it is. I believe this is the 3-liter diesel or whatever. The engine hopefully won't be too important, I think. Now, this car, or this Jeep, whatever you want to call it, was dropped outside on the other side of the road. Because was other cars here. Anyway, when I start this car to move it to here, and I know I said this a few times on some of my videos, I regret straight away I took this job, because I was told one thing and the problem is something else. Or should I say, there is indeed the problem they asked me to look at, but there is something else with this. And oh dear, I hate to take jobs like this. But let me take you through what I was asked to look at, and I could definitely see that there is a problem with that. So basically, when you so gearbox works fine, everything works fine, the car drives fine. However, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to make a good description of these 4 settings, but I believe this is for too high, so is rear wheels only. And a high, I believe, is for high speed or for normal driving, I would say. Then you can go 4-wheel drive, high as well. Then I believe this is more for off-road driving. You can't really use these two on the road, I think. I think this is 4 wheels, obviously, for high speed, but it locks the differentials. And that's for 4-wheel drive, low speed, with the differentials locked. I think so. So I think these two you can't really use it on the road. I could research before I start the video. Doesn't really matter. But I think that's how it works. Either way, what happens is every time you move this lever from this position and you try to engage 4-wheel drive, it fails. And I'm going to show you that. It fails here on this screen where it shows you what's engaged. It fails. And it doesn't engage 4-wheel drive. However, when I started the car that day, I've seen something else, and we might gonna capture that on a different video. I don't know yet, because I don't know exactly why he wants me to look at it. I can only do what I'm asked to do. So I'm gonna try to show you this. So I'm gonna try to start the car, and straight away here, can you see something? Look at the top of the panel and see if you can spot something. I'm gonna turn it on and off a couple times. Okay, I'm gonna do something now. Hold on a second. Okay, see if you can spot it now around this area here. If you are looking properly, you have seen a faint light right there at the back. So these 2 lights have been covered. The first light here, as you can barely see right there, is the ESP light, which has been covered. And the other one, I'm not sure what the other light is, but either way it's been covered. So I don't know if those lights will be regarding to this, or if they are something else. I'm not sure. We're gonna start the car now. So there is no lights, or at least no lights because they've been covered. Those lights at the front, those wheels at the front are flashing. I believe it's because they are not engaged. Obviously, we are rear wheels only. So that's fine, but look what happens as soon as I try to change this. So it flashes like that, and then everything goes off. You see, at this moment in time, we should have the 4 tires or the 4 wheels showing green, as far as I'm aware. And if I come back now to rear wheel drive, nothing happens, as you've seen. So it faulted straight away. And if I try any other position, nothing works. Okay, so I think if I restart now, let me see why it does now. If I restart, let me see why it does. So that's the checks, obviously. Okay, so rear wheels only. Let's move to 4-wheel, 4H, and it does that. Okay, so this is the problem. Someone scanned this car before. Don't know if it was the same person that covered those lights. Either way, we're gonna scan the car and see what we can find out. Okay, so this car has the OBD16 and it has that Mitsubishi 14 pins, whatever that is. I'm only connected up to 2005. I'm only connected to the OBD16, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be able to. To start with, let's gonna go to the ABS. See if we have ABS light goes off, but as you've seen, the light behind for the ESP is actually covered up along with the other light. Let's see if it connects. Okay, so read codes. Don't know if this is the same module as for the ESP. Should be. So transfer line AT fail, automatic transmission. So I believe this is going to be all related, to be honest with you, and most likely why the ESP light is on, because obviously if the transmission is not working the way it should, the ESP won't be able to work correctly. Automatic transmission, but I think we have what is called, let me see if we have any faults on actually brakes, HPB. These are quite common to fail. I have a video on that. Okay, so same faults. Most likely is actually the same module, to be honest with you. The ABS or the HPB is going to connect to the same module. So I think it's going to be here. This is going to be my automatic transmission, which hopefully will be the module that controls the 4-wheel drive system as well, or the transfer case. I believe that's where all these engagement for the 4-wheel drive it is. It's going to be there. Read codes, and we have what? No fault codes. Okay. All these acronics are bloody hell. Display steering angle. Will be TCL, transmission control, maybe. Yeah, guys, I should have done the research and know exactly where to connect. I do apologize for that, but surely we will get there. Just hold on. Okay, and I got to this module here. I'll show you in a minute. It's SS42, I think it is. TF mode SW2. Well, that means transfer mode switch 2. Maybe? Don't know. I don't have a lot of stuff for... Let me go to live active tests. If there's anything here. So, okay. Oh, it is actually. Look at that. So FW custom list 4LL switch. Okay, so 2. That was the ones that were failing, so let's kind of do okay. Okay, so on for 2-wheel drive, yeah, that's correct. So if I do test that one, I heard some noise in there. Another noise, finished. But that never came on. Let me try the 2 to 4 wheel. What is that supposed to mean then? I can hear noise on every single one. Definitely. Yep, I've heard some noise. Okay, so I can definitely hear some noise on all of them. Now, shift normal, shift normal. Guys, I don't know what I'm looking at, honestly. But that, should that 4H come on when I actually switch over? Okay, okay, let's start the engine now. Okay, so that's on. So when I go 4H in there, that should come on, and that should stay on or go off. I'm not sure. Let me go. Okay, nothing changed. Still the same. 4HLC the same. Everything is the same, most likely because there is a fault. Okay. Shift solenoid. Lever. Okay, so this is for the lever position. So let's gonna see if my lever is actually requesting, but I'm sure it is. So it's requesting 2H. Okay, so on for 2H and lever position 4H. So let's kind of move into the next position. There we go. There we go. So all this is working fine here. So the lever is actually requesting the correct positions. Is the actually gearbox, or I would say the transfer case, whatever, that is actually not switching. Okay. I think where to start. I don't even know where the solenoids are going to be. Are they going to be inside the transfer case? I don't know. I think the first thing I'm going to do is possibly try to put these on the ramps to lift the Jeep a little bit. It's already quite high, but so I can crawl underneath and just visually inspect to start with. I think that's the first thing we're going to do. You Mitsubishi specialists out there are going to be cringing at me right now if you know exactly where the problem is, or if you know why you're looking through this live data. I think we nailed it in there for the position in there, and I'm pretty sure the other solenoids are going to be the solenoids that change the actually box itself. So the request from there is okay because we've seen on the live data, so the lever is requesting the right mode. It's just the transfer case or gearbox, I think it's going to be a transfer case, that is actually not switching. So let's going to try to get under the car and try to figure out, try to see what we can find out in there. Okay, got it slightly on the ramps. It should be more than enough for us to crawl underneath and try to see how this works. Okay, so engine, gearbox, oh voila, transfer case, just as I suspected. So this should come now, should get into from gearbox, transfer case, a rear shaft, and then from here we should have the shaft that goes to the front. There we go. There we go. Oh, straight away. Have I been just hit? Have I just gone to, look at that. And I just got the jackpot. Oh dear, it would be great if this is my problem. Right. Guys, once again the importance of visual inspection. Look if I, oh dear, spot on. It's actually split completely. Wow. Did I just got the jackpot? Oh dear, would be, oh look, it has a brand new cut, whatever that is. How someone could not see this? Right. I think I'm not gonna have to take you through too much on this. Let's... Oh crap. It's actually cleaned here. We're gonna have to connect these again, check all the other ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Will this be what changed my... Oh, it would be lovely if it is, wouldn't it? Okay. I'm quite happy right now. Don't know why, but I am. So let's kind of fix this and see what happens. And just before we do, I just want to show you. I think I know what happens, because look at that one in there as well. A little bit damage in there. Can you see there? Possibly not. And this is because of this outer insulation that's been touching there. You see? It's probably what slowly went through the insulation and ended up by of it. This one seems okay, so I think I'm gonna have to repair these two, or at least inspect this one and see if it's still good, and maybe just insulate these or whatever. Okay, let me fix this and go from there. Okay guys, so the chip is there, so because the wire is broken right after the plug, what I'm gonna try to do most likely is I'm gonna try to dismantle the plug, pull the pin out, and then get another wire here, which will then connect to the other one. So a little bit of a longer wire, because I won't be able to do nothing with this where it's broken. So that's the way I'm gonna do it. Okay, so here it is, completely dismantled, and that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna open these plates here, and there's a little bit of rust on the inside. Somehow water got inside, probably through the inside of the wire. Clean all this and solder a new wire, and then solder the new wire to the other wire. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't want to shorten. What to do this under the car is a little bit. So yeah, it's gonna be two. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. And now, let's kind of solder this to the loom, and most likely repair the other one as well, and see how it goes. Okay, so this one here is done, is ready to put the tube shrinker in place. Just slide it in and heat it up, but I'm gonna have to do this one because this one has already gone through, so most likely the wires inside are gonna start to corrode. So even if I insulate this, I'm not gonna trust this, so we're gonna have to do the same on this one now. This one is the only one, as I said, that is still good, but we'll do the same on this one, and then yes, I will show you the final result. And there it is, all done. Okay, now let's gonna go inside the car and see what we have. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is actually turn the ignition on, and it's going to be do a full scan. I'm going to do an auto scan and clear any codes. I think that's the most sensible thing to do right now. So we'll do a full scan, we'll let it to scan everything, then we'll clear all the codes and we'll go from there. Okay, scan is finished. Found a few faults. That's gonna clear everything and then see if there's anything that comes back. Okay, so after the full erasing, we still have a few faults, and on there, and sorry, so on my ABS, for example, I do still have. Now, in the meantime, I've searched what those lights were for. So the first one on the left is the ESP fault, the ESP light. The other one is the ESP off. So if I disable the ESP on that button in there, that light should come on. The other one is just to indicate a fault. Now we still have a fault, for example, here on the ABS, which is my 80 fail, and we still have a 75 transfer line. A little bit of research, and it looks like this is to do. So by the way, now when I actually engage these, I can hear something engaging on the gearbox or on the transfer case. Before, nothing would happen. Moving these would make no difference. So what I want to do now is go a little bit quick through the live data again on the gearbox, which is down in there. I have to wait for the reading codes. Okay, so as I was checking underneath again, where did I put the torch? I found another issue. Now, I don't know if it's related or if it has anything to do with this, but I don't know who's been working on this car, but as usually, the cars I get have been working on by bloody idiots. So I wanted to look. Fuck, I can't see the camera, can I? Okay, so if you look there, see there? Keep an eye on that right here. Look, it's disconnected. The loom is not in its place, etc., etc. Bloody hell. Probably, I don't know if I'm gonna find anything else. So let's gonna plug all this, put everything back on properly, and see if this was my issue. It's not 100% in place. There's two brackets I can't put in place. There's really no room, but I'm gonna try later with some screwdrivers, etc. But let's just, everything's plugged in. Let's see what happens now. Okay. Oh dear. That was bad. Okay, I might need to... Okay, I might need to... Okay, still no good. Let me see what faults we have now. Bloody hell. Looking at that, it won't surprise me if there's other wires, etc. that have been damaged, or something that's still unplugged at the back. I just don't know. Okay, let's kind of scan these again and see what we have now. Okay, and so far it's looking good. Read the entire car, clear all the faults again, and at the moment every single module is coming out with no faults. By the way, most of the faults on this cruise control, there we go, spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. But yeah, as I was saying, most of the faults on all these modules here was the same, was 75 transfer line and 80C fault or whatever that was. So at the moment everything is gone. I have now my lights there, so I think I'm going to turn the ignition off. Now we just have an issue for the cruise control. Okay, let's start it. Let's see what we get now. Okay, so strange enough, there's nothing coming out in there. It should, I was under the impression it should come up two lights in there. Let's try engage like that. Okay. Oops. Okay, so it's still something not right. So what was that sensor at the top then? Whatever that was. Should be on two-wheel drive right now, so and it's not coming up. So let's gonna rescan the car and see if we have any faults. Okay, and it's really weird because I've not even deleted the faults. I just went back. Well, as you've seen, was faults for the cruise control. I got out, auto scanned the car again, and now there's no faults for that, but I have these faults here. So airbag, I don't know why we have an airbag fault if I have no airbag lights. I don't even know if the airbag light is working. I think it is. So it came up with a fault for that, but we're left with one fault on the MFI, which I believe is the engine issue, and we have one on this SS42, which I believe is the transfer case, whatever. So let's gonna scan this, see what we have here now. Do we still have that? No, TF mode switch 2. TF mode switch 2. So we don't have that transfer line anymore. So probably that's why it was. I got switch 2, transfer case switch 2. Let me go finish that. TF switch 2. Okay, let's go just see what we have on the engine. Seriously, all the cables, all the loom is not routed properly, everything is a mess, unplugged as you have seen, broken wires. Oh gosh. On the engine we have Egr Position Sensor. It's a completely different thing now. What the heck's going on here? Okay, so I think I found the issue now this time. Well, another issue, I'd say. So right here at the back, there is a sensor which I believe is the sensor. Now, this is the plug for it. You can see it's been a little bit battered in there. But the worst is, I remove the sensor, and the sensor is actually broken. Not the sensor, but this bit here, you see, where the plug holds. Now, when let me see if I don't know how I'm going to do this. Now, when I plug this in, like that. Okay, and I do apologize because I had to do a 3-hour break. Been helping a friend. Well, he came around here, a friend of work, to change some suspension arms on a Audi A7 2013, I think. Is the one with the bushes on the chassis side. They are filled with oil, and one was ripped and lost all the oil. Anyway, as I was trying to show you earlier. So if I push, so this is broken as I've showed you. So if I push this back in there, when I take my hand off, can you see it coming back? I see that. And obviously with vibrations, etc., it just comes out quite easily. So I think this is one of the issues as well. It's failing here. So I don't know how I'm gonna, unless I get a new sensor, I'm not sure how I'm gonna hold this in place. Let me think. I don't even know where I stopped last time. Just left nights. I'm a little bit tired, but I really want to get this done. So more I dig into this, oh dear, there's hoses disconnected in there that they look like breather hoses, and oh my god, who's been working on this Jeep? Oh, I don't even get there. Want to get there, but anyway, I think I mentioned earlier, and I just literally finished to manage to get the gearbox. Let me actually jump in. I managed to get the gearbox all the way to 4LLC, and it worked fine from the 2 all the way forward. Now on the way back, it failed. and the reason why it's failed right now is because the switch on top of the gearbox, which I'll show you in a minute, this one, it should have come on and it didn't. So I'm right now on 2H. That should be on. That I don't think it should be on. If I'm not mistaken, it should have gone off as well. So I think we have a problem with these two switches, from my understanding, and I think that's exactly what we're going to look at. So I'm going to pull this switch off and have a look at them. Okay, and I think I nailed the problem. Right, let me show you this. So right now I have the sensor that goes to the 2W 4W detector switch is disconnected. The switch has been removed. It's here in my hand. Okay, and what I want to show you is the way this sensor works is grounded through the body itself from the sensor, and obviously when it activates it just grounds this signal wire. So what I wanted to look at is the 2W, so the 2 and 4W detecting switch. I have my test probe here connected to ground, and I'm just going to ground the plug that goes into the, actually inside the car, into the module. Okay, let me put the camera first so you can actually see it. So I'm gonna ground it, and you're gonna see that will go to on. Oh, come on, there. So you can see that goes to on. Now if I take the ground off, it goes off. Now if I put it on, it goes on. It's a little bit slow, but off. Okay, so you can see the integrity from here to upstairs to up to the module is okay. Now look what happens when I connect the sensor. Oh, let me connect this sensor back in, and I will show you. Oh, sensor is connected, and let me ground the sensor with the test light. Right now it should be showing on, okay, and it's showing off. Right now it should be showing on. So let me see if I, there we go. You see that? You seen it? You seen what happened? Now if I push it, it goes off. Now look what happens if I leave it slowly. Let me see if he does it again. Now it worked okay. I've been trying this a couple times, and I think I just managed to get somehow the sensor sort of working. There we go, look at that. You see, I've released the sensor and it's showing off, and it should be showing on right now. So this is my problem. So if I do this again, you see, I've just touched it. Look, off. You see? Now let me press again. Off. Off. On. You see, that's my problem. That's my problem, is this switch here that is everything up. Now I don't know how the other ones are, if they are all good, if there's another one, that is possibly doing the same thing. If there's another one that is doing the same, let me just check, make sure it's not the wire coming to the sensor. I don't think it is. The wire is good. Yeah, once it's on all the time. Yeah, the wire is good. Now if I press it slowly again, or if I just press a couple of times, sometimes it failed. There we go, failed again. You see? Right, there's a few more sensors on this, or switch, I would say. There is 5 of them in there, I think. And I think I'm just gonna, I know we just have a code for one, but I might be keen to replace them all, I think. While we are here, while we are through all this hassle, just get them all changed. Probably is the best. It's probably the best the best call, I think. But guys, it took me a little bit to get to this. Now let me show you how I got to this, kind of. Oh dear. Oh, come on, seriously. Hold on a second. Oh. You can find all these online quite easily with a Google search. So there is my sensor. It's number 14, which, as you can see from the diagram, is the first one in the rear corner there. This is the front of the car, by the way. What else do I have here? Because initially I was thinking it would be the actuator not moving properly, but it's not. Something else. Ah, there we go. It even tells you here how to check this, but which one is this one here? So there we go. So in 2H or 4H should be the less than 2 ohms, which is that sensor there, the last one on those 3, which is the black one. I think it even says in there black connector. So less than 2 ohms, which means it should be a closed circuit when you go on to H. And you have seen I brought the gearbox back to 2H, and the gearbox stayed on. It stayed as that switch didn't close the circuit. So yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem. So let's gonna get some switch and go from there. Okay, and just bought 5. Now let's gonna work on the next car while we wait for the parts. Okay, and the parts arrived. This is a few days later. Just been working on the Qashqai. I need now wait for the missus to come back so I can go for a test drive, because the girls are at home. I can't leave them alone, obviously. So here we have the sensors. Let me open this. Before I do it, let me show you all the part numbers. That one is a little bit base 154. So, and here they are. So I'm not going to take you through the process of putting back on or etc, etc. Now we purely just take them out, put them back in. We're going to have to follow obviously the plur, the coding. So just, I mean, they all work the same way. I'm not sure if the cables lengths are different, but just so we keep everything as per, you know, as per factory. We're going to keep obviously the outside is blue, matching with the plug, obviously everything correctly. And what I'm doing to take these ones in and out is I'm using actually a O2 sensor socket, because of the way they sit on the top of that transfer case. So yeah, we're going to put them all back on, and that's about it really. Okay, so the first one is already in place. I'm now taking the second one, which is the white plug. This is the second one, and interestingly enough, this one, glad I got all 5, because this one, I don't know if you can see the multimeter. This is open line, so I'm not pressing. It shows me open line. Put it like that. Sometimes it gives me some readings. Look at that, 17 kilo ohms. Then it goes open line. So this one is not even doing nothing. So glad I got all 5. Let me show you on a good one. So this one is the blue with white plug. No, green, sorry. Green with a white plug is this one here. Let me show you what a good one should do. So it was really a good call that I decided to get all 5. So you're gonna see, so 2.6 ohms. It actually should be less than that. I think just poor contact here maybe. So open line should be a little bit lower than that. Should be close to 0 ohms really. There it goes, starts to go. Maybe because it's brand new, needs a little bit of use, but still it should give me straight away like closed circuit, but hopefully it will work. This is what happens when you go third party. Shit. Let's fingers crossed that this is gonna work. The other one was indeed, the first one I put was indeed give me 0.3 ohms or something like that. This one is give me slightly different. Maybe when the oil starts to get inside, starts to lubricate the sensor and starts to make good contact. Hopefully this will be enough to give a good ground to the ECU. Let's just curiosity check another one. Just curiosity. Just couldn't believe these things from Mitsubishi, they cost 60 odd pounds for one of this. Why I have a feeling I'm gonna have issues with this. There you go. I think maybe because they are brand new, but this is gonna give me problems. Most likely. Well, there we go. It's okay now every single time. Okay, so maybe this is brand new, needs a little bit of a... There we go. There we go. So that's what they should do. Maybe because they are brand new, and hopefully they will start to work fine. I'm going to do this to all of them. But yeah, ideally you would have gone... Ah, there it is. Right. That's going to put them all back in. Hopefully this will work. Hey guys, and all these work for nothing. You buy cheap, you buy twice. I should have gone Mitsubishi sensors, and that's it. So as you've seen, that sort of, we test them. Some of them, as you've seen, they won't go right. You know, it's not working. It's that simple. It's not working. So the gearbox kind of works okay if I go 2 to 4. When I go to there, the sensors are not doing their job, and they fail. So at the moment I'm on 4 HLC, and it's like that. But I had to disconnect that switch in there. If I go underneath now, I'll show you. Let me go underneath without stopping recording, so you don't think I'm making this crap up. Oh dear, this is BS. This is absolutely BS. I should have gone brand new sensors from Mitsubishi, whatever they would cost, and that was it. So I had to disconnect that sensor in there because that sensor was not doing what it's supposed to be doing. So if you look in there, right at the top, you can see though. So I'm on 4 HLC, so the 2 and 4 WD, it should be like that, off. And look what happens when I plug that sensor back in. So I'm going to plug it now. So plug it in, and it goes on, and it should be off. So you've seen that the 4 lights were on. I can guarantee if I go up there now, it's going to show off because it detected the fault when the switch... Oh dear, I just don't want to stop recording, guys, but it looks like I'm going to have to do all this all over again. So, oh dear. So let me show you what we have now. We have that. Everything goes off because it detects a switch that is on that it shouldn't be on. So basically, I give up with this. Or the guy brings me proper sensors or switch, and I will have another go to replace them. Or that's it. That's the end of the game for me. I'm not going to waste more time with this. So let's see what the guy decides. Right, and oh dear, kid you not, a few days later, I actually have 5 brand new Mitsubishi sensors, including the washers actually. So he actually went and bought the Mitsubishi stuff. And just for comparison, we are going to measure every single one of them. And if you remember what we were getting with the eBay ones, where they didn't make proper contact even before I fit them, we're going to do the same test with the multimeter and see how these ones behave, and hopefully they will inspire more confidence. I would say. Okay, let's gonna test this and see what we have. Okay, so let's gonna open the first one. Let's gonna see what this one does. They definitely, even pressing this, they feel different. Definitely they feel different. So let's gonna put the clip in there. And we should have, that's about right. Open line. They actually should go, all of them, below 0.2 ohms. Or below 2 ohms, I would say, sorry. Look at that, 10 ohms. But at least they are not showing what the other ones were showing. If you do remember, the other ones were not even making proper contact sometimes. It's gonna check another one. The blue one. Blue with a black plug. Yeah, he's doing much better than the other ones. Not even doubts. Not even doubts. Let's test another one. There you go. Another one. This one is actually very good. Yeah, spoke too soon. It's just an on-off switch. I don't know why it's so complicated to make this to completely close the circuit. Why we have all these ohms going up and down is... Really? This one is actually quite good compared with the other ones, I would say. Okay, so let's check. There's two more to check. These ones are definitely inspiring more confidence than the other ones. As you've seen at the start, some of them were like not even making contact sometimes and whatever. Come on. There we go. Sweet. And one last one. Now, today the weather has not been very good for me to go under the car again. I will have one last go now. I will have to raise the car again, take that bar underneath the case, drop the gearbox again, drop everything again, and I have one last go with this. See, they should all be like this. All of them. See, why the other one stays fluctuating so much? Makes no sense, but whatever. Okay, so with no further ado, guys, I'm not going to take you through anything now. I'm just literally going to put these ones, take the other ones, put these ones in, and see what we have afterwards. Okay, and just finished. Just put everything back on, and we have a fix, at least for this. I still have the ESP light fainted in there. I mean, it's still covered and it's still on, but remember that at this point I need to learn the steering angle sensor, because I had to disconnect the battery the other day, and obviously is the only code coming up is error 83, steering adjustment, steering no adjustment or something like that. Anyway, as for this, which was the main thing, I just want to show you. I think I need to come into neutral. So 4H, sometimes you need to drive a little, there we go. You need to kind of get into gear for the gears to engage, I guess. So neutral again. Now I'm gonna go 4HLC, which I thought something else should have changed when you go to 4HLC. It should come up with some lights in there, maybe, don't know, unless they have been covered as well. But 4HLC, it just stays the same. And now if I go 4HLLC, there we go. Now I'm gonna come back 4HLC, 4H, which stays the same, 2H, job done. I've been trying these back and forths a few times. It's working perfect. I'm gonna take the dashboard out just to make sure they haven't covered any other lights. I strongly believe that's going to be only purely for my steering angle now, and that light should go away as well. But I'm quickly going to take these out and have a look at it. But as for these, looks like we got a fix and was only the switches. But let's going to take the dash and have a look at it. Yes, indeed, the bulb has been removed. This is, I think, is for the central differential lock or something like that. There's no bulb on this one. Oh, there is. No, there is. Oh, there isn't. I don't know if there is or not. Anyway, let's gonna get some bulbs for this, if I have them, and get this in place, and then try to get the tape out of the other ones. Guys, what a bunch of dickheads. Oh man, why people just don't do the job properly? That's it. Damn it. Okay, so obviously they cover this up, but was not tape. It was with this sort of, it looks to me like silicone or some crap like that. So on this side, as you can see, you can read in there as SRS. But this one, as I was pulling it out, he actually pulled the label from this. See? So this one is not too bad, I think. I might be able to make it to show a little bit, but seriously, I think I'm not gonna touch this one, the airbag. I'm gonna leave it as it was. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to stay like that, because it's gonna need either one of these or a new cluster. These ones I might be able to, but still I don't know how it's gonna look in there, because if I try, I don't know how it's gonna look. It's gonna look crap. Oh, damn it. Cannot speak with the owner first, see if he wants a new cluster. Seriously. Okay, and rang the guy, and he literally told me, come here, I will give you another cluster. So, obviously, this is another one I'm going to put. The mileage will be wrong, etc. All I'm going to do is take the bits I need to that one, including the bulbs, etc, etc. And that's it. That should fix my problem. Just a quick update. I'm going to replace actually the wall light assembly, because I have a feeling that when I'm going to try to take the glue out of that, something's going to smash up, and it's that glued that I don't want to risk it. So we're just going to replace this wall light assembly, and that's it. Okay guys, I can show you actually. The airbag light is permanently on. It never goes off. It comes up with error 72, and I found this underneath the seat. Don't know if it's related, so we're gonna try to fix this first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and I just came for a drive to obviously get the steering angle sensor to realign, and the car is running beautiful. All good. Just let me park at home and I'll take you through the last bits and we'll wrap up the video. Okay, and I just finished clearing the codes. Unfortunately I didn't show you that there's no faults anywhere, but for some odd reason on these Mitsubishis, if I leave the scanner plugged in, the engine light is constantly flashing. I don't know if it's because it's assuming there is communications going on, but I wanted to show you that there is no faults now and the car is fine. Trust me, it was no fault actually. Look at that. That's the last scan when I came out. Just now, 15:52. So I just came out, and as you can see, after the erasing was no codes. Now I'm going to start it. So pay attention to all the lights that were covered, including the airbag light. Airbag light, so ESPs as well. So let's start it. So airbag light goes off. Those lights goes off. That is now at the moment in 2H. So, and I'm going to show you that it engages every single one. So I think you need to be in neutral to do this. So let's gonna go 4H. Sometimes you need to, there we go, you need to make the car to move slightly for the gears to engage. Okay, so 4H. Now remember, from 4H to 4LC nothing would change on the screen, and I was pretty much sure that the LC is for the central differential. So you're gonna see now when I go to 4LC, so let's gonna go that 4LC, there we go, my light for the central differential comes on. This one at the bottom, guys, I don't think this car is equipped with that. There is bulbs in there. I replaced the bulb, I put a bulb in there, but I don't think this car is equipped. I think that's to lock the differential, but when I look on the rear differential, there's nothing on the outside of it, no solenoids, no wires going in, nothing. So I don't think this one has that feature, but I'm going to show you now. We're going to go to 4LC and 4L, there we go. And obviously when you go 4LC, the ESP doesn't work, obviously, but it engages everything. Now we're going to go back to 4HLC. There we go, and my ESP turns on again. Now we're going to go to 4H. There we go. And now 2H. Now the 2H you usually, yeah, you need to move the car. When you go from 2H to 4H, for some reason you always need to move the car, jog the car a little bit back or forwards. But yeah, as you can see, I've done this again many times while I was driving, etc. Not while I was driving, but when I went for this quick drive, I stopped, engaged different modes, etc. Everything is working spot on. And I hope I don't get another one like this soon, because this one was proper bodged. Definitely proper bodged. I hope I don't get another one soon. So the main issue here was the transfer case, as you have seen, the switches, then everything in there, some really good bodged work on that cluster. So that was good. Whoever covered that, well, not very good, because you could still see the light through, but the airbag, bloody hell, someone was good. Repair the wire, no, let's go and open the cluster and cover the light. Seriously, unbelievable. Guys, I just want to wrap this up. I have this car here, I had enough of this. You killed my back getting under this car so many times. I just had enough of it. I just want this out of here now. So with no further ado, guys, let's go and wrap up this video. What to say? Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information on it that you're gonna find useful, whatever. If you do still have any questions, any comments, guys, please put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.